Payments firm Thunes recently raised $150 million in a Series D round, its biggest funding round ever. Well, joining me now to talk more about the company, the trends that it's seen in the payment space, and of course, how it wants to deploy this new capital is the CEO of Thunes, Floris. Floris, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations, $150 million in the bank.
Thank you. In a difficult market to raise funds currently. So yeah, great news.
Exactly. How are you going to use this money?
For a wide variety of reasons, but first and foremost to accelerate our growth in the United States. We are very close to being licensed in all 50 US states, which means that we can basically accelerate our footprint here, hire more people, open a second office, and start servicing more customers.
Mm-hmm. And what went into this funding round? You mentioned earlier it's not necessarily the easiest environment to raise money in.
No, but it's a good moment for Thunes to raise money. Our top line growth has been accelerating, and in Q4 of last year we reached profitability. So it's a really good moment for us to go out. And in today's market, if you can combine top line growth with a healthy bottom line, and you have solid growth plans like we have here in the United States, it was just perfect timing for us. All the stars aligned. So we went out to raise 50 million. We raised 150 million. We could have raised more. There was a lot of interest from investors in our company at this stage.
Congratulations. And to that end, Floris, what makes your firm and the services that you're offering here unique?
Thunes is the smart superhighway to move money around the world. So we connect directly to over 150 mobile wallets and alternative payment methods around the world for our members to pay into. So let's say you are a large social media company and you have to make payments to content creators in countries all over the world. In the past, basically what you could do is make bank transfers, but bank transfers take time, are very expensive, especially when they're cross-border. And now you can pay in real time into wallets in countries everywhere, in Africa, in the Middle East, in Southeast Asia. And that's basically the core of what we do.
How do you plan to grow, and does that growth include acquisitions?
Acquisitions are not our primary focus. We're very focused on organic growth. And now with the fundraise and with the licenses that we are about to obtain in the United States, frankly, we plan to grow by signing more members to our network. There's a massive growing demand for cross-border payments. The industry itself is 150 trillion. It's growing 5% a year. And you can think of banks making cross-border payments, but not just wanting to reach bank accounts, but wanting to reach wallets. You can think of fintechs, you can think of MTOs, but you can also think of, as I already mentioned, social media companies or travel companies having to pay hosts, or companies like Grab and Uber having to pay drivers. All these companies have to make payments in 100 plus countries globally, and our networks connects to all those countries directly.
And it sounds like the proliferation of the gig economy is something that your company can service, is that right?
Yes, and frankly, the more complexity, the better for us, right? Because we solve for that complexity. With one integration to Thunes, you cover 130 countries, you cover 80 currencies, you cover 550 payment methods. And again, you can pay into all of those real time at a fraction of the cost of what an international bank transfer would cost.
What are some of the trends that you're seeing in the payment space?
Well, first of all, growth, and the economy is still becoming more connected internationally. So that's one. More and more people are joining the global economy, and one of our key mission, basically, by connecting all these payment methods, is to bring the next billion consumers in emerging markets to make them part of the global economy by allowing them to pay and get paid. So that interoperability is definitely a trend. The second trend obviously is stablecoin. A lot of talk around there about stablecoin. For us, it's just another vehicle on the smart superhighway. Whatever vehicle there is, whether it's like US dollars or Korean won or stablecoin, our superhighway can connect into all those countries and all those APMs and wallets to basically be that endpoint. So stablecoin is an important one for us as well because it's another vehicle on the highway.
I'm curious to learn more about the cross-border payments that Thunes is facilitating. What more can you share there?
There's so many examples. It's It can be, overseas migrant workers who want to send money home. It can be large corporate companies that have to pay consumers globally. But the best example for me always is what we can do for companies like Uber and Grab. There's a lot of people, especially in emerging markets, who before the rise of mobile wallets and before the rise of cross-border payments, they weren't able to join that global economy. So let's say you are a driver in Kenya and you want to work for Uber, but you don't have a bank account. There's no way you could work for Uber, or there's no way Uber is going to get you paid. But what you do have nowadays is a mobile phone with a wallet on that mobile phone. So thanks to Thunes now, drivers for Uber in Kenya can drive around, can do a few rides, but then they need fuel. So they go into the driver app, they click Pay Me, and instantly Thunes puts money into their Kenyan M-Pesa wallet, which they can pay at the fuel station so that they can do their next few rides. So all of that was impossible before mobile wallets. All that was impossible before cross-border payments through mobile wallets. And it's just adding more people into that global economy, and that's what I'm very passionate about.
Thank you so much for joining, Floris Kort,
Thank you.
CEO of Thunes, especially after a major round of funding. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.